Right now, a growing segment of the modern holistic health movement is actively removing fluoride from their daily hygiene routines. The focus is on a tiny, pea-sized structure deep in the brain, the pineal gland. Biologically, it produces melatonin to regulate your sleep cycle, but in many spiritual traditions, it is recognized as the third eye, a biological antenna connecting human consciousness to a broader spiritual awareness. The concern is that fluoride accumulates in this specific tissue over time. This process, known as calcification, creates a physical mineral barrier over the gland. For those trying to maintain a clear internal signal, brushing with standard commercial formulas feels counterproductive. You are actively coating your spiritual antenna in the exact chemical known to block it. Ultimately, selecting a tube of toothpaste determines whether that spiritual antenna stays clear or continues to dangerously calcify. You might assume that adopting this clean lifestyle is as easy as walking into your neighborhood shop and reading a few labels. The reality is that commercial retail spaces are locked down by conventional, fluoride-heavy standards. A recent survey of 7 popular convenience store branches mapped out exactly how limited the options are. The first branch offered 0 fluoride-free choices. The best-performing branch topped out at just 6. This scarcity is built into a market structure that prioritizes mass-market chemical formulas over emerging holistic health preferences. If you want a clean product, you have to trade the convenience of the corner store for hours of detailed product research. You cannot rely on store curation to protect you. You have to learn how to scrutinize every ingredient yourself. To bypass the retail bottleneck, researchers have compiled a master list of 44 alternative brands. We can break this overwhelming list down into 4 specific categories to figure out what actually works for you. The first group is herbal and wisdom, focusing on traditional, plant-based ingredients. These are the easiest on your wallet and the most likely to actually show up on a convenience store shelf. But the trade-off is a harsh, intensely medicinal flavor profile and a high risk of accidental fluoride exposure if you grab the wrong box. Brands like Doc Buaku offer clean original formulas, but actively insert fluoride into their Everfresh and Fatalai Joan variants. The second group, premium and clinical, uses modern lab research to replace fluoride entirely. You get the smooth texture and minty taste of a standard toothpaste without the chemical baggage. That modern formulation comes with a significantly higher price tag per tube, and the danger here is packaging. Premium brands like Dentiste and Parodontax sell fluoride and non-fluoride versions in boxes that look almost identical. Whether you are spending 50 baht or 500 baht, trusting a brand name blindly is the quickest way to accidentally ingest the exact chemical you are trying to avoid. The third category is maternity and kids formulas. These offer the most chemically neutral environment possible, designed to protect early childhood development. But they are ultra-gentle. They simply do not have the abrasive power an adult needs to remove heavy coffee stains or persistent plaque. For the ultimate purist, there is a fourth option, the personal DIY blend. This requires taking a commercial herbal powder base and mixing it yourself with active charcoal, black salt, and a precise touch of borax. By controlling every single trace element in the jar, you guarantee maximum protection against glandular calcification. But this method eats up your time. And if you mishandle the mixture, you risk breeding bacteria right in the jar. You have to follow a strict protocol, using the hard plastic back of the toothbrush to scoop the blend, keeping the wet bristles entirely out of the container. When you demand 0 chemical interference, brushing your teeth stops being an afterthought and becomes a highly meticulous daily operation. Succeeding at this requires matching the right formula to the reality of your daily routine. We can narrow down the 44 options by looking at your immediate constraints. If you need a cheap solution right now, head to a local convenience store and target the basic herbal powders. If you have a higher budget and want a familiar, modern texture, skip the local shops and order premium clinical brands online. And if absolute spiritual and chemical control is your priority, invest your time into mixing the charcoal and salt blend. Filtering that massive list through your actual limitations eliminates the friction of choosing. The health market is highly volatile and product formulations change constantly. A toothpaste celebrated for being completely natural today can quietly add fluoride to its recipe by next month. The rule here is simple. Never trust a brand name or a past reputation. To protect your pineal gland, you have to physically verify the ingredient list every single time you buy a tube. Maintaining physical and spiritual purity depends on constant vigilance at the point of sale, where the real work of preservation happens.